Hello and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are recreating 10 Sim Lane from the original Sims game, and oh my goodness, in between the time that I filmed this and now that I'm doing the voiceover and uploading the video to YouTube, EA has re-released the original Sims game and Sims 2 and all the expansion packs except for I believe an IKEA expansion pack on the EA app for PC, and I play on a PC. So those are accessible to me and I have gotten them. I am looking at all of these builds finally. Instead of viewing past screenshots online, I'm able to actually observe them. So this is one of my last videos before I've been able to do that, but I think it is still a pretty good one. I would say that in the original Sims, this kind of has a Tudor house vibe, and since it is a base game build, I wasn't able to precisely replicate that. I'd say this comes out a little bit more craftsman than Tudor build, because if I were able to use the get together pack, I think I would have been able to have the wallpapers I need, but I still like how it turned out. But again, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more Sims 1 recreations and Sims 2, not just from me, but from other Simmers now that those packs are more accessible, and I am so excited. Like I said, I have them, and in a way I've played them, but I honestly think 6 minutes have gone by in the game, aside from the newbie tutorial, because all I've been doing is just going to different lots and taking screenshots from every angle possible to get ready for more of these recreations. Like I said, this is a base game speed build, and it is a starter home with the lot, which is, I think, a 20 by 30 lot. It's a little bit bigger. It is Fern Park in Newcrest where I built this. So with the lot, it comes to under 20,000 simoleons, and this build, which is a starter home, has a grand piano in it. So that's pretty interesting. It does have at least one luxury item, and it's a pretty good size home. I feel like you could cut that sort of kitchen and dining area in half pretty easily and make another bedroom, but of course you'd have to move that door going out to the patio, assuming you're gonna put the bedroom in that space. Overall, I would say this speed build is pretty accurate to the original, except I did change some of the floorings. I just can't do any more of that blue carpeting. It's so of the times. I love it in the right place, but there are very few right places for it. So I did replace that with, I think, some white herringbone flooring, or maybe just some regular wood flooring to be a little bit more neutral. But I did include those lavender walls on the bedroom, and they were pretty difficult to work with. I'm not really a big purple person. I find it one of the more difficult colors to make work. So the bedroom comes out a little princessy, I would say, but not terrible. It's something that I think you could work with, but if you do download this, especially if you have any packs in addition to the base game, those are some things I might replace to your tastes. Here you can see I am using some debug plans to try and keep the cost of this build down, playing around with the windows and landscaping and some things, and then eventually I go inside and furnish the inside, although there are a couple bare spots in this, because in order to keep it under 20,000 simoleons and have some nice things in there, like a pretty nice kitchen for a starter home and the piano and a fireplace, I kind of had to leave out some things that I might normally put inside. But it should be completely functional. You should have everything you need for either a single sim or a couple to start their lives out and customize with whatever furniture and other items you think suit them. Depending on how you like to build and how much you like to add to your builds, I think this could pretty easily be made into a 2-story house as well. I could easily see someone adding a second story to the top over the middle, maybe a nice loft or another bedroom up there. Those windows kind of go to nothing. It's just that upper space with the roof, but I think they look cute. I like the little window boxes. They kind of make sense, but there is nothing up there for now. It also took me a while to figure out that there are debug chimneys, so I was able to save some simoleons by plopping on a debug chimney instead of a regular chimney that you would have to pay for. So some people might consider that cheating, but I do not. I like to make use of the base game debug. I think base game has enough limitations to it where I do not feel bad using those free items in my builds. My husband, who watches my videos, told me to not speed them up so much. So normally I speed them up like times 10, but this is only times 8 or times 8.5. So I hope that it is not as stressful for you to watch, because my husband commented that it was spinning around a lot. So this should be less spinny. I also try to cut out parts of the video where I try something that I don't end up using in the final build, because I play around a lot and sometimes things don't work. And then I think I would just be wasting your time if I showed you like me trying 30 different wallpapers that I end up always going with like one of the first 4 that I try. So I do cut things out. That's why sometimes if it seems like it skips, it probably does skip. Your eyes are not deceiving you. It is me, but I'm trying to keep the time of the video a little bit shorter and not show things that I think might be unnecessary. I have seen so much information about the upcoming Sims 4 expansion pack, which is expected around this time. When I am doing this voiceover, it is February 3rd, and I think they're going to announce it pretty soon, perhaps tomorrow. It might even be out by the time this video actually releases. I'm seeing some people say it's going to be like a hobbies pack, which would be pretty cool, and other people saying it's going to involve crime and theft and burglars, and some more people saying it might involve time travel, which I think would fit with past packs like Into the Future from The Sims 3, and also kind of the idea of this Sims nostalgia era that we're in. But I'm just interested to see what they're going to do. I have a funny feeling it is going to be hobbies or it's going to be bands, as in musical bands, which is something that I'd like to see, but I definitely don't think they could make a whole pack out of music bands. Maybe like a game pack or a stuff pack, but I don't think they could make an entire expansion pack unless it included something else. And I suppose with the way Sims operates, stealing could be a hobby, like theft, kleptomania, going to people's houses and taking things. You know, it's not my hobby, but it could be your hobby, certainly. I should probably clarify, when I say the pack will be out, I mean information about what the pack is going to be. I'm pretty sure they announce it at least a few weeks in advance of actually releasing the pack. And pretty typically they'll have some sort of deal where if you order the pack in advance, you can get maybe an extra item or 2 in it or some kind of extra gameplay. The only one that I have that for is Life and Death. There's a way that you can go into your Sims game and there'll be like this little orange shopping bag next to your pack, which means you pre-ordered it or bought it in whatever time frame enabled you to have those extra things. But I kind of don't like that, because if I'm doing builds like this, I want to know what items other people have, and I certainly don't want to use those exclusive items, because then if people download the build on the gallery, even if they have the expansion packs, they might not have all of the items in those packs, and I just really don't like building that way. You can see here I'm just putting some finishing touches on this build in the room with the piano right now. If your sim does not have any interest in playing the piano, then they should probably sell it or choose a different house, because it takes up a lot of the simoleons in this starter build, but I actually really like it. I think it fits this room really nicely and adds some sophistication, especially for a starter home. So it is on the gallery under tinysimbug. Like I said, it is base game only, no CC, so anyone should be able to download it and play it if you like The Sims 4. Please enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching. There are screenshots at the end.